to thank Miss Nancy. I would love to thank Miss Nancy as well, because she's the one who pushed me through this journey, and I like I didn't find myself like going to this English classes or doing any activities recently, but she actually, I don't know how to say that. She just found me from darkness to just put me to the light again. I mean, of course, like gratitude goes to Allah, and then it goes to my best friends such as Nancy, which is a wonderful sister here, and she is one of the most talented teachers you will ever see. She's one of the dedicated teachers. She will even, if she doesn't know something, she will say, no, I don't know, but she will search for it, and she will come back and tell you, okay, here you go, I found that one, two, three, four. So that's why actually she's one of the most talented people, that one of the, and the one who can encourage you through your journey all the time. She wouldn't like be even mad at like or something that you didn't do. Like she will encourage you to do it more.
Wow.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So deep comment for Miss Nancy from Mr. Muhammad.
Okay,
Wow.
Miss Sukma, 1 minute more
Thank you.
for 1 minute more for participants.
Yeah. But I have something from the chat box from Mr. Abdul. Let's check. Okay, Mr. Abdul asked about when talking about Egypt. He remembers about ayat-ayat cinta movie.
Wow.
Mr. Muhammad.
Naam.
Yeah. Who anybody has read about or has watched about the movie Ayat-Ayat Cinta? It's on all Indonesian movies, but I think memorable. What about you, Mr. Bacho? Did you remember about that?
Ayat-ayat cinta.
Yeah, did you watch it?
Yeah, but I forgot. Maybe someone is to find a love in Egypt. Or, I don't know, but I don't know exactly.
From Al-Azhar University.
Yes, a student of university, yes.
Okay, so Mr. Abdul, maybe you can on your camera and say something. Come on, connect with Mr. Muhammad, and you can also say hello to Miss Nancy. So this is our time. This is our a chance to keep connection and do interaction with the non-Indonesian speaker. Okay, go on. Mr. Abdul, you can on your camera and unmute your speaker, if you don't mind.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, go on, Mr. Abdul.
Hello, Mr. Ahmed.
Again, your father.
Don't say Mr. Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed, it means father's name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because
Mr. Abdul, go ahead and speak up. I can clearly hear you. Like I've heard that you want to ask me something about Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. I have one day I can visit Egypt because when I watch the movie, especially Ayat-Ayat Cinta, so I have I think Egypt is a very interesting place. So can you give your explanation about Egypt, Mr. Ahmed?
Sure, of course. I will try to do this as brief as I can. So Egypt is one of the oldest civilization on Earth. It goes back to 8,000 years old, or maybe 9,000 years old. It has a lot of because we are Muslims, we know that Egypt is one of the holy lands that had Moses live here. It has Jesus passed from here with Mother, the Blessed Mary, and even Noah alayhi salam. So this land had actually faced a lot of various changes through history, and if you go back to history, you will find that like a lot of spots here, even Sinai, from Cairo, like Giza to Sinai to Jerusalem, this particular road or like way has faced a lot of miracles. Moses went to Sinai to speak with God, and he went through the sea, or the Red Sea, or like one of the branches of the Red Sea, actually, to pass with Bani Israel between between the sea and Pharaoh, which is Pharaoh, actually drowned there. Then we have surah in the Quran that say things that this story, this particular story. They say, not me, like they say, I don't know if it's a method or like a true thing, that we did not discover all of the treasures beneath Egyptian land. We just discovered 1/3. That means like 33% of 100% of all treasures. So whenever you go to like a museum, you see like a place that holds Egyptian treasures, you actually gaze your eyes, and it's like so wonderful how they could sculpture, or how could they mix some gold or bring those things together 7,000 years ago, before century, or 5,000. Can you hear me well, Abdul?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
cool.
Mr. Mohammed.
Okay, clear. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you actually look at the pyramids actually, it has over 11 million or 12 million, the one pyramid, 11 million or 12 million rock, and the one rock, like the one of stone, the stones, this stone actually weighed more than 2 tons, or like 20 tons. So how could they bring all of those like rock or stones up together and place them in order to make a pyramid? How they get to know the astronomy, science, or they know mathematics, they know physics, they know of course they know about magic. And Moses went there like to throw his stick in order to turn to a snake and eat all of the other sticks in front of Pharaoh. So they were just brilliant and so like amazing in doing magic, astronomy, physics, geography, any kind of science. They were just super amazing. And that was 8,000 years ago. So when you come here, or when you go to any museum, seeing those kind of monuments or old treasures, like, how could
it's
you do that?
Okay. So yeah. And okay, Mr. Mohammed, I think we have to start the meeting today. So we have been late for 3 minutes. Okay, is it right, Mr. Bajo?
Okay.
Yes.
Time for now.
All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening for everyone who comes from different areas and join us again in the program. I could see many of us from different areas, not only different areas, but different countries and different continents, right? Yes. Okay, so I want to see first the participant who has been with us from the first meeting. So raise your hand, okay? So, or you can send raise hand on from your account. Okay, so who has been here from the first meeting? Okay, Miss Nurmilawati, Miss Harlina. What's next? Yeah, Miss Nurul, thank you so much. And okay, so raise hand, Miss Nurfadila. Yeah. Okay, I thought some others, yeah, just because of still trying to on the camera. Okay, we have 43 participants. I remember that the first meeting we have, okay, Miss Anissa also coming from the first meeting. Okay, and yeah, all right. Okay, so I have to admit some others who comes from, okay. All right, I continue. So We have been in the 5th session today, if I'm not mistaken. So after, actually our program here will be 8 meetings or 8 sessions. We started last 4 or 5, I forgot. 7th June, last 2 weeks ago. So it will be 4 weeks for this program. And I'm really, really happy because we have really, really great speakers before. And today we have a special speakers too. We have also special speakers, a special meeting because we have 3 speakers attending our program today. So we have Mr. Mohammed for today's speaker, and Miss Nancy, our from the first speaker, and Miss Shalala, I think she is also in our meeting today. Mr. Bacho, did you see? Yeah, I just found she comes and turn on join us in this meeting. Okay, I continue. So you will be with me, Ms. Sukma, for around 1.5 hours to 2 hours with us in this meeting. And I really, really thanks to our yeah, of course, thanks to God, thanks to the VLC, and thanks to the supporting team to provide us the meeting. Still, we can meet and participate. We can get something from the program. Okay, next okay, I'd love to mention that this program is supported by some others from different organization, different institutions. So thank you so much for us Attila School because provide us for this meeting conference. Okay, thank you so much. This is really, really big support from Attila School. And as information that Attila School is the one of the private school in Makassar City, South Sulawesi, Indonesia. And yes, thank you so much. And the second one, I'd like to say also from Indonesian Teachers Association of West Kalimantan. So we have talked about one of the member, or in Bahasa we can say IGI, Ikatan Guru Indonesia, West Kalimantan, Pontianak. Thank you so much for supporting our program. And another one, we have also the Subject Teachers Conference of English Middle School of Serang, Banten. Wow. Or in Bahasa, we can say MGMP, Bahasa Inggris SMP, Serang, Banten. Yeah, some of the teachers also join us here. And I hope it will give the good benefit and positive benefit for us. And the last one is thank you so much for Sekolah Indonesia Riyadh, Arab Saudi, Saudi Arabia. So we have also friends from Saudi Arabia from Sekolah Indonesia Riyadh. All right. Okay, so I know that everyone wait for the meeting today, the session of the presentation today, but hang on because we have time for Mr. Bacha to say something. Yes? Okay, you have 2 minutes to say something for us, Mr. Bacha. Time is yours. Okay, unmute first, Mr. Bacho.
Sorry, I want to say big thanks to my beloved host, Ms. Sukma. I just want to say one statement for all the participants here. I really hope that you have to be on camera, please. Yeah, I want to say again, please must be on camera.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you so much for Winnie Widayanti and other participants. And then we just have 1 hour and 30 minutes, but I really hope that you can really get the best time to, make question. And I believe that Mr. Muhammad Ahmed can respond it directly or answer your questions. Okay, inshallah, yeah, Muhammad Ahmed.
Yes, of course, everything by the will of Allah.
Okay, maybe 10 minutes before we close in, I want to share attendance list in the chat room. Okay, no worries. but I believe that I wanna share it in the chat room. Yeah, 10 minutes before closing. I think enough for Mr. Beko. Ms. Sukma, back to you.
Okay, Mr. Bacho, Mr. Beko. So in Bahasa we pronounce this Mr. Bacho. In non-Indonesian mostly pronouncing Mr. Beko. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Whatever you want, whatever you like.
But don't say Mr. Bachok, yeah? It's really dangerous.
Or Bachot, yeah. So no, yeah. So only Mr. Bacho or Mr. Beko, it doesn't matter. So whatever you like to call him. All right, guys. This is the time that we really wait for to connect, to see the presentation, to see the topic today will be delivered by Mr. Muhammad Ahmed. But before we go there, I need to say something about him. I have just got the information that he is really love to drive. Really? Are you a racing car driver?
No, I'm not. I'm just a simple driver, but I'm not a race car driver. But I through my life, I had 11 cars or 10 cars since like the university. However, I didn't know how to drive before that. Like my father, because I was born in Saudi Arabia, and like my father back then, he had a Toyota Corolla, like it's called like Cressida, Cressida. And he just, when I was just too little, for real, like too little, he just put me on the driving, like on the driving seat and like behind the driving wheel, and he just drive like this car. I could like, you know, when you were young, I was like, okay, like you jumping to see the road, and I'm just holding the wheel. I couldn't even touch the pedal. The pedal is so far. So he just wanted me to try driving. This is the first attempt for me to drive. Then like I've changed the drive like cars over and over, and then I made like a terrible accident in Saudi Arabia.
So it sounds so amazing. You have the hobbies, right? It sounds like your hobby. Okay, so what about the camping, safari camping and dancing? I heard also that you like them.
Well, about camping, I didn't do that much camping.
Okay.
But I'm not like into camping. I just run in bio. Just kidding. I'm actually not into camping or driving fast cars. I'm just driving normal cars, but I love driving. I love to like be back on the, you know, like to be the pilot, if I can say that.
Okay, Mr. Mohammed. So I thought you love dancing. So that's why I was really, what is it? Okay.
You're
yeah.
Curious about it.
No. Okay then. All right. So you are the person. Okay. Our participant. We know that Mr. Mohammed loved to driving the racing car, but he's also a very easygoing person. So you can see from the first impression meeting with him. And he is a passionate, eager to learn, and quick learner. So I think Mr. Mohammed also, we can force him to learn Bahasa Indonesia. So we just not only English, but we can also try to make him Bahasa. And then, okay, he is also an artist. Wow, an artist. Okay, we will talk much about you, Mr. Mohammed, but it's time for you to deliver the topic today. So are you ready for that? Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you
I want to ask something before you start.
All right.
Is my voice clear to everyone?
Yes, for myself, in my side, it's very clear. So what about the other participants? Please raise your hand, or you can unmute your speaker to say, yes, it's clear.
Yes, it's clear.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, it's clear.
You can do that.
All right, thank you. Okay, so you have 60 minutes to deliver the topic today, Mr. Mohammed. I'm really careful to say your name because again, I will mention Mr. Ahmed. So 60 minutes, okay, and time is yours.
Okay, Mr. Bacho, you can start the presentation or like share screen so I can know which slide I'm starting with.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Bacho, your
Wait.
yeah, help Mr.
Okay.
Mohammed
Okay, wait.
present. Okay, sir.
You can say something first. Okay, wait.
The chat box.
No problem. Actually, I will give a brief about myself before Mr. Bacho starting the presentation, because I actually added this before I started the meeting. So I will just briefly introduce myself. My name is Ahmde, and I am 29 years old. My native my native tongue is Arabic, which is not recently used in a lot of. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Bacho. Thank you so much for that. Okay. Okay, so today's topic is fast and easy ways to learn any foreign language. So I'll give a brief about myself again. I'll continue doing that before we start in this particular part. And I started learning English when I was, let's say, 9 years old. I was still in Saudi Arabia as well. You know, this country is just amazing. They speak Arabic so rough. They enunciate on each letter, articulate the words really clear, and you can hear each like word they say. You can hear every letter. So as I grow up an Arabic speaker, I wanted to learn other cultures, because I grew up in other, like already in another culture. So I'm from Egypt, but I grew up in Saudi Arabia. So I was just wondering, how is that? I want to be able to communicate with them, and then with my country mates, or about my my friends in my country back there. So that put me in a point that I could see the difference in the things that does not match and the things that match between the cultures and between the languages. Even though they both, Egypt and Saudi Arabia, they speak Arabic, they share Islam, they share culture things and cultural habits. However, those particular things, I could see clearly that they have different enunciate, different like when you say when you could say the alphabet, they have differentiate between the right articulation for a specific letter here, and then the other one here, and the expression as well. The expressions are so hard in their language, like their Arabic accent. I'm sorry, not language. I would say dialect even, but in ours we like simply make it easier for us to just say it. So okay, let's start with our topic today. I actually I forgot to mention that I used to work after graduation there in a medical field, which is totally different than like my career or my thing that I actually graduated from. I learned Urdu by myself there, because to match my my work standards, and to order to make myself like on the right place, and to success, and then I went to China after that to study and work there. So yeah, let's start with my life journey here. So this one is fast and easy ways to learn any foreign language. I will teach you how to improve your skills to learn any language and learn essentials in any language. So next slide, Mr. Bachi, you can go with that. Okay, so we have here on the agenda right now, we have what is the language and why we learn languages. So I will explain and define what is the language and what's the difference between a language and a dialect. As well, we will learn about why we should learn languages, why we have to like know like what language are we going to learn and why we should learn it. So the other one we have, which language should I learn? Which language, that depends on a personal level to each person. So from my side, I will speak why did I choose the language I wanted to learn, and I will apply it throughout specific steps. So you can say, you can tell yourself that, okay, I think I should learn this language because of that. So, okay, I wanted to learn Russian, but now I'm thinking I'm gonna learn Turkish, or I'm gonna learn Persian. So you have to choose which language should you learn. That I will choose about types and recommendation. Another one, you have learning plan, the basic skills or the basic method ways for you to actually know. Okay, just sometimes glitches. Learning plan is some particular, repetitive, and intensive way to make sure that you are gonna learn, and you're gonna learn fast. So, okay, so I want to learn like Malay, Indonesian, or I want to learn Tagalog, or any language that's not related to my culture. I want to learn it, and I want to learn it fast. I want to learn it maybe in 5 months or 6 months. It doesn't mean that I will just, you know, acquire the language without knowing the essentials. No, you actually will know each and everything in the language, using the essential things, and using the RRC, which I'm going to explain later. So the fourth is enjoy learning, and the fifth is advice and recommendation. That would be my my agenda here. So the next slide is an introduction for me. I will just go through that again. So after I went back to Egypt after 11 years from, the third slide. Yes, this one, amazing. So after I go back to Egypt, when I was 11 years old, after I went there, I didn't realize that I know everything, even the currency, like the Egyptian pound and all of that. I didn't know, like, oh, what is that? It's different than we used to back there in Saudi Arabia. Oh, what is that? Women drive here? Oh, what is that? People don't wear niqab here. They don't wear abayas. They don't wear like jalabia. They don't wear, like, it's a different thing, but they share the same ethics and morals. So I could step away a little bit, like step out, sorry, from the big image. I could see the differences. I could just, I could spot with my eyes. Okay, this is different. This is like mutual. They share this one. They have this thing in common. Oh, they don't have this thing in common. I could see that this is different. This is different. So actually, I decided to go back to Egypt. I found my passion towards art, because when I was in a young age, I used to draw. So those things I actually draw back maybe 6 or 3 months ago. I have a lot of like kind of drawings here. I don't know, but this called acrylic pouring as well, which it's something to show like that to spark your creativity about art. You can see a lot of shapes here. So I went through everything that I can express myself. I wanted to see how can I go through myself, where are my limits? Like, do I have limits to my like passion? Where is it? There actually a phrase I take it in every step in my life, which is endure what you hate and resist what you love. So it's a matter of like how to control your thoughts and your emotions toward things, and be not to deviate yourself from the main road that you are like taking for yourself. So I'm passionate, and I wanted to learn English from there, because I found that English is a language that can connect you to everything around you. I have for example, anything the powder milk, the package, any package, the coffee package. When I turn it back, I can read English, Russian, German. Okay, I don't understand this. It's the ingredients written in Arabic. I can understand that, It has like some medical things, like some some um, chemical ingredients. But I want to learn all of that as well. I want to understand, okay, so this word matches this word, and this word matches this word, and this word matches that one. So in some packaging, for anything like for food, or for like a shampoo bottle. If you turn it back, you can find many languages. How could that be possible? Is this an authentic translation? Do I actually understand that? So that's why I found out my passion. So I didn't want to lose this leisure time in doing nothing. I want to upgrade my skills. So you can go next slide though.
Okay, well, the next slide, Mr. Bacho.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we have someone not, yeah. Next one.
Okay, next.
Yes, amazing. This one would be great. So that would be the main goal. The main goal in this course. How to improve the skills, how to build up your motivation, and you can learn how to learn, because a lot of people, they don't know. Okay, I want to learn mathematics, or I want to learn engineering. I don't know how to learn it. I don't know where to start. What can I do? So this is a method that you should follow, or in order to learn how to learn, and maintain the knowledge absorbing, maintain the success though. So I will talk about the content of this one: value, knowledge, fun, and games throughout this session, and things to do, things not to do, and to how to charge yourself from the inside, how to motivate yourself from the inside using methods. And after that, you can write down a list of achievements, and you just mark those achievements, and then you're gonna finish with the timeline that you put to yourself. And then you can see the difference. Okay, I was here 3 months ago. Now I done that, I that and that and that and that. So you can see the differences between your achievements 3 months ago and right now, or me 4 months ago. So in 90 days, you can upgrade your skills way more than you ever think. Go ahead, next slide, Mr. Bacho.
Wait. Okay.
Okay, so this is my life journey. As you can see, everyone, I had different things like, okay, what this guy was doing, okay. So in 2014, I graduated from a faculty of commerce, which is something related to financial and just doing some math calculations. So I was so good at that. However, I didn't take it as a career path. I wanted to see that, I wanted to explore things more in myself. Like some people actually, they love to sing, but they never attempt to sing. They love to play some specific instrument. They didn't actually have, they don't buy, they don't use their talents in the right way. So the first one, I used graphic designing. I bought the laptop. I had this board that I can write and draw on, that connected to the laptop. And I worked as a graphic designer in marketing companies. After that, when I was in Saudi Arabia, I worked in the medical field, which was something really different for me. I had to study everything, throughout active substances, and differentiate between a lot of medicines, antibiotics, antibacterials, antihistaminic, things like related to kids, children, to women, to old men, to chronic diseases. So it was a lot to absorb. And I didn't study the academic thing. I was like so lost. I was like in the middle, like when you throw someone in the middle of the sea and you just make him swim. I don't know where to start. So I needed to put myself away from that, and I saw everything clear from a backside. I used my I would say chakra. I use my mind to go back there, look through my goals, look into my goals, to know if whether I'm gonna achieve it or not, how to achieve it, and what time should I put to myself to achieve it, and what method I should use. So in 3 years, I worked in the medical field, in a pharmacy, and then in a doctor's clinic, which I actually learned how to do stitches and to diagnose, give treatments. However, it was such a journey for myself. I learned a lot from it. Then I went to China. Okay, so China was the biggest thing that to me to actually do there, because imagine that you are in a country, no one speaks English, like not no one, just maybe 80% of the people around you, they don't speak English. So how you would communicate with them? With the sign, like you just no, you have to understand. So if you have been thrown in the sea, and someone told you okay, you should swim, so you should swim, like you should find a way to swim, you should struggle. So everything in life should go through this process. It's like a matter of yin yang, like push and pull. Like I've heard one of my friends said pros and cons yesterday. So it's something have advantages, some and others has disadvantages. So the advantages I would take, and I would absorb it in me to reflect it somehow to my to the society, to the environment, to my friends, and I would take this disadvantages, I would transfer it and change it to advantages, so I can learn as well from it. So I will, in both ways, I don't lose. In both ways, I'm learning. So China was the biggest challenge, because I needed to learn Chinese while I'm working, while I'm actually communicating back with my friends and with other cultures. So because I was in Shanghai, so Shanghai was just full of this, how to say this, culture, like exchanging, like student put me in a place that a lot of foreigners around me, a lot of, I made friends with Italians, Russian, Polish people, like Japanese people, Filipinos, a lot of Korean people, Moroccan, Tunisian, even Saudi Arabian. I had one of my country mates in the whole university. One was Egyptian, and you could say it was like 1,000 people there. I met a lot of people in Jeddah and in Shanghai. In those places, in Jeddah, you can see that, yeah, there are some cultures, some people from, let's say, yeah, Pakistan, Bengal, India, Afghanistan, and Filipinos working as nurses as well, and not to mention Syrian, Lebanese. So those cultures, they came into Saudi Arabia. So I made like good communication with them. When I went back to Shanghai, another thing on the side. So Americans, Russian, Italian, Spanish, Brazilian. I had I at least 1 minute conversation with everyone would give you something or some point. Okay, you will just crave it inside your mind. You will just imagine it. Okay. So this culture doing that. So you can step even more further away from your goals or your method, and you just, okay, I can see the differences. I can see the common things. So I'm gonna put it clear. I'm gonna write it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So after that, I came back to Egypt because of the pandemic. Not to mention the pandemic has a really big impact on all of us. So I worked as a real estate agent, which was related in the U.S. market. I didn't work in the real estate before, and because I used to work as an English teacher and an art teacher, that built up my confidence to speak up with a lot of people. So a real estate agent put me in this negotiation part, which I could talk with a lot of foreigner, like not like a lot of US native speakers, and negotiate with them to buy their houses. So I could contact clients from the US market, clients who actually buy houses, and contact home sellers or home owners that want to sell their houses. So I could just make a middle ground between uh, those two parts in this process. So I could convince the home seller that, okay, this house, it needed to be upgraded in those particular parts. It might be outdated in this and that and that. And I'll go to the client. I would say, okay, the client, he's willing to sell, but he wants to get this one and this one and this one. Would be able to provide him with that? Would we be would we be able to help him throughout his selling department to, you know, like before he sell the house or something like that. Like, we needed to help him first. So it didn't just build me up with my English, because I used to work in a marketing field, which I used to work in the Canada market, solar panels, Vantage Energy. I used to work in Google Ads in Australia. I used to work in Vodafone UK in Britain. I used to work in Irish. I used to work in medical field as well, but in the US using the insurance companies. So I had to immerse myself in a society or an environment that would allow me to practice my English really good, or use my English all the time. So yeah, real estate agent put me in this time. Now I'm just doing an English teacher. You can go next one.
Next.
Yeah, I want to make it quick because I'm really okay. So what time, Mr. Bacho, we will end this, because I will count each and every minute, so I could make a time limit for each slide. We have 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Just go on.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah. So that one, I'll just read it quite so fast, or like it's okay. Through all my life, actually, I wanted to share this story, and I have a lot to share because, like each and every day, I would wake up in the morning, like, okay, I feel so lazy. I don't know what to do today. Actually, I have a list of many things I can do today. I can, aside from praying, aside from smiling to people, aside from like looking for like exploring myself, like looking for new passion. I'll just wake up every day saying, Alhamdulillah, that I have this power to wake up and to still be like having my tongue works to thank God to give me this life to start a new day. So each day is something new for you. You should use this day, you should use this thing as an advantage for you. So being a Muslim, that helps me a lot through my journey. That's why I wanted to share this thing. So I was socialized with people most of the time, and a lot of cultures actually, I to take this advantages from them, and I just saw the good points they have. I didn't actually focus on the negative points, because a lot of people, they have negative and positive. I didn't want to even look or consider that there were negative points. I just took everything as a positive, so I could reflect it back as a positive energy. So I mastered a lot of soft skills to talk with many people, and I mastered a good level with English without actually going to any international school or something. I just myself taught. I just learned this with my way. I had to figure out a way through, like, towards everything and anything I would do. So let's talk about languages and ways to learn that. So let's go back to next slide.
Wait. This is?
That's a normal question that everybody could think about. I always wondered, actually, how did the first man communicate? And if you go back by time, you will find that the first man, actually, he didn't use his voice. He was just like, or like, what's that? Like, he does not know that there was a language, like something to communicate. So he started drawing things on the walls. He started to communicate with things with his imagination. He imagined pictures so he could describe it to the other person by drawing it on the walls. So that's how we actually learned that there were people living behind, like, million years back. Or how could we know that? They had like those evidence that they were there. So they communicated with us in some like indirect way, in some way that we didn't know that. Like, next slide. Okay, so what is a language? It's simple enough. A language that makes me and you guys, Mr. Bacho, and everybody who's in this room, communicate. I'm using English. If I used Arabic, which I will say, Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Bako, كيف حالك, كيف أخبارك, أتمنى أن تكونوا جميعا بخير, أنا أتمنى لكم السعادة والحب والود دائما. So you would understand it some part, but some other like words, like, okay, what did he say? That's what a language is. It's some voices, some expressions I do. If I do that, like, means I love you. If I did like, that's a language as well. Like, no. If I did like, that's a language. If I did like that, that's a language. So a language is some voices, expressions you do to communicate with others, to actually deliver your feelings and your needs to others. So a language is a simple thing. Even animals do have languages. So everything, even plants, anything in the world that has is living creature has a language. So that's kind of language that I would like want to say. But regarding to a human languages, it has 5 basic things. It has phonemes, morphemes, lexemes, syntax, and context. So phonemes are the voices, morphemes are that you add to the words, and lexemes and syntax, those things are the things that you actually you put inside this, how to say that, the sum, like when you sum of like the total, all of the word in the language, you just put this together. And the grammar is the set of rules that a language obeys for creating words and sentences. So phonetics and phonemes are the study of individual units, the sound of language, to make it clear what is the sound of the language. And morphology is the study of the words. So the study of the words would be meaningful, like, and it has a meaning. And the syntax is the study of the sentence and phrase. So those are the basic components of a language. Okay, so next one.
Okay, wait.
Mr. Bacho?
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, next slide.
This is?
Yeah. Okay, so we all know that the language has reading, writing, speaking, listening, the reading novels, articles, books, any available things. I told you before about the shampoo or anything like behind, you can read a language. You can even try to read it. Write the language. If you read more, you will write better. If you read more, you will write better. Speaking, listening. If you listen more, you will speak better. If you listen more, you will speak better. I could stay in a room that all of the people around me speaking Indonesian or speaking Malay. I would wait and wait and wait and listen and listen and listen every day. Every day I would listen to that. Someday I would be able to speak. So if I listen more, I will speak better. Next one.
Okay, wait.
Okay, so why do we learn languages? Every one of us has a different reason why we do learn languages. For me, I wanted to communicate with English. I know that the English is the most common language by then, and the time took me, and I used the time to my privilege, to my favor, in order to understand and know how to like, why do I wanted to learn this language, this particular language. So before I travel, I wanted to learn, like, for example, each one. If you want to go to Saudi Arabia, you want to learn some Arabic. If you want to go to France, you want to learn some French. If you work in a company that using Russian, you're gonna work with yourself to study some Russian. So if you are gonna marry someone from Indonesia, I would have to learn some Malay, some Indonesian language. If I will marry someone from Italy, I would learn some Italian. It's something mandatory to learn. Or sometimes I would like, oh, I like the language, I like how this language sounds, so I would learn this language because I just love it. Or I would just do as a challenge for myself. I would learn this language because I challenge myself to learn this language. So it depends on what reasons on a personal level you would think that this language is the best thing to learn. So why do I learn languages? For me, I learned because I used to work in a company that has a lot of people from Pakistan and India, Bengal. So I learned Urdu, which I used RRC, relevant, contextual, which depends on using the benefits or just the useful expressions to me that will help me through my journey. So traveling and working was the main reason. I wasn't in a relationship or something, or like I didn't have any obligations. So traveling and working. So communication made fun, and I made a lot of friends, and actually I made my brain have this youthfulness, or just to work all the time. I didn't want to be lazy, you know. Next slide.
Wait. Okay, this is
okay. Yes. So from my side, on a personal level, which language I should learn? I choose English. Why I choose English? Because English is listed, as we all know, that is one of the most popular language in the whole world, and it has over 1,350,000,000 people on the world, on the planet. They speak English, and most of the countries, like 53 countries, their first language is English. And I wanted to have a better job. I want to like get more money in my pocket. So I want to learn language. So I would write it in my CV, in my resume, that I speak English. And actually, when I wanted to search in anything like searching about anything online, when I like type down كيف تتعلم اللغة الإنجليزية, I didn't get that much results. So I wanted to get as much results as I can find, so to understand and to absorb and to get more syllabuses like that I could learn from, or references. So when I write down how to learn cooking, how to learn how to make a cake, how to learn Russian, how to learn whatever, I found out more results in that. Next slide.
Next slide. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is
okay. So yeah, just a break time for all of us. I will make a lot of you guys to participate. Can you please write down in the chat box what answer you choose? Next slide, Mr. Bacco.
Okay. This one, my brother.
Okay, now we have two questions. First question. Every one of you should participate, guys. You should type your answer in the chat box, okay? So, if you know the answer, manzana means apple in which country? Amazing. That's okay. Way to go, Fernanda. That's perfect. Okay. No, back. Yes, back. Oh, okay. Okay. So manzana means apple. Which country? And the first answer Safe is amazing. Amazing. Nice. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. Amazing, guys. Soxin. That's nice. See? I believe that you guys, you know that by like maybe from series or from some movies or something. That's why you maybe you know Spain. Maybe that's nice, Ellis. That's nice. Okay. Next question. Spain is the right answer. So manzana means apple in Spain, actually.
Wow. So many participants know them.
No, back there.
Yeah.
Yes, this question. Yeah, this one. Okay. So say that you are in Italy and you spill some drink or someone like just spill some drink and you want to say you said excuse me or I'm sorry about that. So he said tirafcio la dentatura. So like what would you think about that if you said, okay, I'm sorry that I spilled that drink on you, and he said that tirafcio la dentatura. Is it something,
yes
is
or
it
no?
something good or bad?
Come on, from what is it?
You
Olivia, you can also.
Okay.
Yes, no. Okay. Say no from Miss Arlina.
Oh.
No.
Okay. It's actually number
I have
one.
no idea.
Okay.
Miss Oxy say no idea. Yeah, we stand the same.
This is where the adventure is coming from. You heard something you don't understand. Okay, so let's go back again. Let's go back again. Okay. Let's go back with this one. Rifaccio la dentatura. If we like here, like what does it mean? Like to be like a dentist. A dentist.
Oh wait.
Okay. So la dentatura. If I'm hearing a lot of language, la dentatura or something like that, he might be saying it in a way that I did like. It's a language, a body. If you can say a body language, it didn't say tiraficio la dentatura. He said tiraficio la dentatura or like something aggressively. So he said actually, I would arrange your teeth, like I would punch you because you spilled something on my clothes. So I will punch you. I will, break your teeth. So he said rifaccio la dentatura. So I will arrange your teeth, man. Like what did you do? So that would go with yes.
So go with yes. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So let's go the next slide. Okay, we have this one as well. Everybody here know Hakuna Matata, right? So you guys, you can tell me, do you know Hakuna Matata, everyone? So what does this?
I have heard it. Do. Okay, who's talking?
Well, I think I know what Hakuna Matata means.
Nice.
Okay.
Write down the answer. No, Hakuna Matata, I'm sorry. Hakuna Matata means no worries. Like it means no worries.
No problems, yeah.
Yeah, well, which language is this Hakuna Matata? Which language from?
Hakuna Matata, right.
Amazing, Swahili. Who said that? Swahili, yes. Oh my God. A lot
Mr. Abdul says Swahili.
Oh my God, nice. Swahili is the main language of Kenya. I know a friend from Kenya in Shanghai when I used to work in China. Actually, the one who told me that they speak Swahili and Hakuna Matata means no worries. Do you know that? Like we communicate with English. So, Mr. Bachu, you're muted. If you want to say something, you're muted.
I just want to say Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, it means no worries. No problem. So he told me that Hakuna Matata, it's in Swahili. I was, oh my God, I didn't know even that was a language. Okay, so I thought it was some like words they just say it to sound, nice. I didn't know it was a language. It is a language. It's called Swahili. So Swahili actually a language that used by Kenya people. Kenya has a lot of animals, a lot of nature there. It's amazing. So Swahili. Amharic is the language of Ethiopia. Igbo is the language of Nigeria. Somali is the language for Somalia. So Swahili is for Kenya. So Kenya was just amazing, and I would love to go there for a trip to just visit and see the nature. So next question would be, I don't know if you guys see the slides or not. No, back. Yes, this one. Where is this McDonald's? So
Moscow.
people, Azerbaijan, Moscow. Yeah. How did you know that? You didn't even say that, but because of the language, the letters. Because you've
yeah,
seen
the writing
those letters before, and you make a bond with your mind with those letters and the Russian language. You know that it's related somehow. You never learned Russian, but you know that it's related to the Russian. Why? Because your mind made that unconsciously. You actually didn't even write Russian. You don't know how does this word sound, but you know that, okay, I've seen this letter before, and my mind is telling me that this is the right decision. So I know this is in Moscow. This is not in Azerbaijan. This is not in, I don't know what other choices that I put here. Yeah, or Athens in Greek, or not in Dublin, in Irish that speak English. So I believe that it's in Moscow. I believe that. So that's why some people, they use with number C. Amazing, Sarma. Amazing. Thank you, Fernanda. Thank you so much, guys, for just participating with me here. Okay, Mr. Pacho, if Sukma, you can go for the next slide.
Hey, Mr. Bacho, can you okay, next slide, sir.
Yes, next slide.
All right.
Okay, where do you think you are? This one here. Go with the okay. Okay, go with the Mr. Bacho. Can you hear me?
Yeah, unmute, Mr. Bacho. You are muted.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, nice. Okay. Okay, so okay, let's go with
so we focus number 5, Mr. Mohammed.
Question number 5, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Participant.
Beijing, Tokyo, Bangkok, or Taipei. So if you can see the picture, you can see some symbols there.
Yeah.
What symbols do you think? Okay.
Okay. Some others say Taipei or Bangkok, Tokyo.
Think again. You can differentiate between Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. Do you also Japanese?
I think
yeah.
Japan.
Tokyo,
Yes.
Tokyo,
Japan.
and the winner is normally what?
Oh,
like
Beijing,
Japan.
Tokyo.
Yes, exactly. That's amazing. Like, I don't know how you even know that. That's really nice. It's really nice.
Yeah,
yes.
They recognize from the pictures.
It's Tokyo because of, you know, the signs on the left side has symbols in Japanese.
Yeah.
It has those Japanese symbols. Nice, everyone. Nice. Thank you so much. Okay, the number question number 6, which is the hardest question. What language do you think that is the 3rd popular language in the US? What do you think? They speak English, okay? And maybe you think that, okay, number 2 would be Italian, Spanish. Yeah, Spanish.
Chinese. Okay.
Where to go?
What is the 3rd most spoken language in the US?
Third language. What would that be?
Oh, personally, I guess Spanish.
No.
I think it's Spanish.
I lost. So
It's
Chinese.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine it's the 3rd most spoken language in the US? Do you believe that?
In the US. Chinese.
Yeah. It's something I didn't believe though, you know? And I thought it's gonna be maybe Italian or we're gonna be maybe Puerto Rican, but it was Chinese. Because of what? Most Chinese people are going in the US, studying there. They're learning the other language because they know that with acquiring English, they would be upgrading themselves. So that's why they want to learn language, because learning a new language will make your mind having this usefulness and having, your mind working all the time. You will like reduce the chance to get Alzheimer. Next slide, Mr. Pato. Okay. 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 Well. Okay, Mr. Bacho. Learning plan that will take time management. You are the teacher to yourself, and you have to choose the target language. You have to define your objectives. So time management. You don't have to spend 4 hours each day to study a language. 30 to 40 minutes are enough. How would you do that? You can listen to a song in 4 minutes. You can go to the Google and type down the lyrics of that song, and you just say the same thing, say the lyrics, and repeat after the singer. You can read a book, read a page in a book in 5 minutes, just one page. You can divide those 40 minutes on a daily basis to make sure that you used 30 to 40 minutes in this language. So you will read, you will listen, you will write down some new words, and you will speak with yourself or even imitate the accent for this language, this particular language, using this method, 30 to 40 minutes per day. And we have another one. Sorry, the next one is, I don't know why this page going like that. Okay, yeah, you are the teacher to yourself. So decide what you will study. Okay, I'm gonna study Indonesian. Okay, click what should I study and how should I learn it? So what should I study? I should study vocabs. This particular vocabs related to medical, because I'm gonna be working in the medical field in Indonesia maybe. And I want to learn numbers. I want to learn about human body parts, or I want to know like some diseases. I want to know the RRC, real, relevant, contextual, the important vocabs that I want to learn in this language. So what to learn, how to learn it, that depends on the method. So how to learn, I will take each particular part on its own. So speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And I will use writing, how to learn writing. I will know how this letter, I can write it. How can I write this one? And how can I say this alphabet? So alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha, in Arabic. So I would say in English, A sounds like, yeah, A, B, C, D. Yeah, A, B, C, D.
All right.
Yeah. So I should know the enunciation of each letter. The third one, I choose the language which I will learn. The fourth one is to define my objective. So, okay, I want to learn that. I want to go through that. I will have to make a list or a timeline for me. Next one. Okay, curriculum, dedication. You have to encourage yourself every day in the morning that you can achieve that. So that's dedication. I dedicated 30 to 40 minutes per day to learn about this language. I can divide it on the daily basis, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5. So by the end of the day, I will use 40 minutes or 30 minutes to use this language. It will be more beneficial than ever. So next slide. I don't know if you're using the, okay. I don't know. Next slide. Oh, yeah, this one is good. I'm sorry, this one, yeah. Okay. So, authentic listed methods to learn language. Okay. Okay, so I want to learn Indonesian. So I will go to Mr. Bacho. Hello, Mr. Bacho. Can we meet? Can we talk? Please because I want to learn Indonesian. Can you teach me how to say this word? Can you teach me how to say this sentence? because he's the one who will teach me how to say those kind of words. I wouldn't go to my friend and tell him, okay, Mustafa, can you teach me Indonesian? He doesn't speak Indonesian. He doesn't know anything about Indonesian. How can he tell me this is the right authentic pronunciation? So I should go to an Indonesian person to learn Indonesian, or go to an Indonesian movie to learn, or an Indonesian song. So I go through that's called authentic learning, acquisition, authentic learning. So study books, I would search for Indonesian books or Indonesian stories to learn about, to see how did they write that, how the culture is about, how they express their feelings and their needs through this written language. Dictionaries are the most important thing, because dictionaries has a lot of meanings and a lot of expression in it, so I can go back as a reference. So okay, this word I don't know, I'll go through a dictionary, and most of it online right now. Phrases books makes a lot of phrases. You can even make your own phrasal book, or just use one online. As I said, music soundtracks and talk shows between people. So you go through like YouTube and type a talk show, like Indonesian talk show, Filipino talk show, Italian talk show. You will find two normal people like standing sitting on in front of each other, talking about a topic. They are not actually writing, they are just improvising. They are asking question, giving answers, asking question, giving answers. It's a debate. You can learn a lot from them. You can, okay, I can make it clear. I can see that. How did he answer this one? Read for fun. You can just read anything, even a sentence. Okay, how can I pronounce it? Just read. Don't learn something that's useless for you. Just read. But if we come to learn the useful things for you. So using internet, I use internet all the time to get my knowledge from. So I can bookmark this website in order to go back to it. Or I just, okay, I have this friend, I use internet to communicate with them. TV and radio, I used to use, when I had back then a radio, I used to listen to Nile FM, which was an English channel. So I can listen to all of the things I'm listening would be English. So I can immerse myself somehow into do this. So I can imitate. They actually say like, I used to imitate their voices. Like they would say like, hey, this is Alex on 9FM 104.2. Welcome, guys, everyone. So we have to go with the DJ Carlos here on the mix. So I imitate their voices. I used to talk to myself in front of the mirror. I used to say something while I was driving. So that doesn't consider craziness, but I would think about it improving my own skills. So the next one, comic books. Comic books makes a comical situations between, you can see the chat box like on top of this head, and he's thinking about something, and you can just and he's writing it down. So you can imagine his voice, imagine a voice saying the sentence. Batman in the chat box, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. We have a lot of comic books, so we can actually imagine their voice using notebooks, using comic books. So next slide, Mr. Bacho. Okay, motivate yourself, reward yourself, appreciate what you achieved. Motivate yourself. Motivate yourself. How do you motivate yourself? You actually get support from your friends. So now I know an Indonesia person that I want to learn Indonesia from. He will motivate me. I know that because why? Because I want to learn something he loved. So he will motivate me. He will support me. Okay, go ahead, do that. He will give me a motivation. So reward myself. How do I reward myself? I should write down some, okay, if I achieve this goal, I would go buy myself like a really like a good outfit or a sandwich or a gift for myself. Or I should type down this, make like a lyrics for a song. I should make some rewards for myself. How can I appreciate my that? So I would go to my brother, my family, my friends. I would show them, okay, guys, I did that. Do you know how to say cat in Filipino? Okay, and they will be like, oh my God, I didn't know that. That's nice. So I appreciated what I achieved because I just expressed that. Next slide, Mr. Bacho, if you can hear me. Okay, so starting, learn how to enunciate letters. Learn from study books, and we have two waves. So learn how to enunciate letters. For example, C in Malay, in Indonesian, the letter C in English, it's called ch, ch in Malay. So it has a different sound. So I should learn that. Q in Chinese, it's so it has a different sound. It's not Q. C in Spanish, it's K. It's not C. CH in Chinese is not ch, like it has even like, okay, so there is a gap here, ch or ch. So this gap will differentiate between ch and ch. So you can see the airflow between the, so the shape of the mouth, I could say you or you, or I, or hot or hot. So the shape of the mouth, the tongue movement, the throat movement, the voice coming from the vocal cords, that all affect enunciation. Okay, what is that? But okay, so Mr. Bacho, you can, I don't know if
the next.
I can get this from here.
The next.
No, I can go with it. No, wait. Okay, so yeah, CZ in Polish language means sh. It's not like, it doesn't like sound like as you see it in English, or EU in German. So in German, it's called Europa, but in English you say Europe. But in German you say Europa. Sorry, Europa. That's, you have to know to make sure the difference between letters enunciation, like the sound of the letters. Learn from studying books. As I said before, you have a lot of studying books. You have comic books, you have paragraphs, search about like some articles, context online, and make sure to underline those words that you don't know. Go to your friend that tell him, do you have references to study this language? He will give you the books to study, so you can have a physical material to study from. If you don't have, just go online. Two waves that it actually in 90 to 100 days, you can master a specific level in a language. We have 3 different levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And beginner, after it, we have intermediate. Intermediate, before that we have pre-intermediate, and then we have upper intermediate, and then we have advanced. So you should know which level you want to get and how fast you want to get there, and what you're gonna do in order to get there. So first 6 to 8 weeks, you should learn how to read the letters, then articulate the words. Then you read anything in front of you, just read. You will, okay, you have to understand what you're reading, but at least you're gonna be fast reader. You have to read a lot. You have to read, like, listen a lot. You don't worry about like getting every information. Don't worry about that at all. Just listen, read, listen, read, listen, read. After 6 to 8 weeks, it's called negative learning, but it will put you on the term that it will flash back in your mind. When you start actually slow reading, it will be productive. After 6 weeks, you're gonna read slower. You're gonna solve the exercises. You're gonna use the training sessions. You're gonna translate. So from first 6 to 8 weeks is different than the second 6 to 8 weeks. After 6 weeks, you should be slower the reading, like read in a slow pace, or you can say that. So reading and listening are the 2 waves: reading and listening, first 6 to 8 weeks, and then the second 6 to 8 weeks. Next slide, Mr. Patcher. Okay, so phrasal books, learn the language that you need, use a pamphlet or no. Then let's say phrasal books. Okay, I know the word gato. Gato in Spanish means cat. So how can I use this word? I should, like my language, it's in Arabic, or I can use English. So gato means a piece of cake. So I could say, okay, a cat came to steal a piece of cake, steal a gato, and run away. So I use this in a phrasal word, I could write it down. So, for example, another example, I would use expressions to repeat this out loud. So I will use my phrasal book that say, "Hello, my name is Muhammad. Would you please give me a piece of paper? Would I get a coffee, please? Thank you so much." I would say goodbye, sorry, excuse me. Those essentials to start a conversation that would put me on the beginner level. And write interrogative or question words like why, where, when, which, whether, what. So all those things that will express how do I feel, I would ask about. Okay, so those things means a lot in phrasal books as well. You can see here, thank you means what? Terima kasih. Terima kasih. Is it right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so I can use that actually. I can use terima kasih as I didn't know that, but I know right now it's terima kasih is a phrase sentence, so I can express my feeling because I want to say thank you to a person. How can I should like do that, or do that in my language? I would do that. That means thank you. In another culture, I would do that. That means thank you. And in another culture, that I should pow to prove that I say thank you. A body language. Just remember, a language is something you can express feeling or expressions. Okay, learn the language you need if you want to learn something new. If you want to travel to Australia, learn English. If you want to travel to France, learn French. If you want to travel to Canada, learn English and French. So learn the language and the thing that you actually find it useful for your journey. If I'm not going to Canada, why I should learn English? If I'm not going to Philippines, why should I learn Tagalog? If I'm not going there, no, it's not useful for me to learn. So I would look for something useful to learn. The third thing, which is let's go with the here. Use your pamphlets, notebooks. So I should document what I learned. So I learned thank you. That means I learned thank you. That means terima kasih. I should write it down. Shukran. Thank you. Terima kasih. I should write it down. Writing craves the word in your mind. It craves it. Just make like a stamp in your mind. After that, you will flash back this word if you face the situation. For example, when I was in China, I was on the bus stop and the bus was so close to a guy, it will actually hit his shoulder. I didn't know what is the word for, hey, be careful. I knew it. So I added this word to my phrasal books, which was Chiao Chin, like be careful or slow down, Chiao Chin. So Chiao Chin, I learned, I didn't know I didn't know about this word because I didn't use it. So I put it in my notebook in order to use it in critical situation, like Chiao Chin. So I use that. Next slide, Mr. Bacho.
Chiao Chin.
Okay. There are 20%, 80% rule. What does it mean? It means that 20% of the most common words in any language are like it makes 80% of the normal conversations each day. So this rule applies to anything. Like in the company, 20% of the people make 80% of the wholesale, like the wholesaling department in the company, or the biggest deals, or the enormous deals that come from this company. That come from these guys who works in the sales department, coming from 20% of the people that working here. So 20% of the language vocab make 80% of the most common conversation. If I go to a market, like if I'm like in Indonesia and I'm using hello, goodbye, how are you, and I know the language and I know how to use it, I would go in the street. I wouldn't use diplomatical contradicting, like I wouldn't use economical situation. This is not common words to use. I will use the common words, which go between 100 to 200 words. That's for the beginner level. In the advanced, like, sorry, in the intermediate level, I would go up to 1,000 words. So you can, if I give you like some like number of digits, like maybe 10 digits, and I will tell you, okay, you have to remember this in 3 minutes. If you come back after 3 minutes, you will only remember, the maximum human being will only remember 7. But I can make you memorize 50 and 70 by only using link words, which is improving your memory. How to improve your memory? You can use link words. So for example, the letter, okay, yesterday, actually, literally for me, yesterday, I was learning numbers in person. Yek, do, se, char, panch, shish, haft. That's totally different from my language. How did I like remember that? Haft, hasht, no, da, yezida, davazda. That's different. So how did I know that? Because I used the link words. So
Link word.
number 30 in Persian means see. See, it's the same see in English. So, okay, I should think about something, should motivate my memory in order to learn. I should link words with my native language or language that I'm mastering, such as English. So 1,000 words covering the many daily conversation in any language. And beginner level goes with 100, 200 plus common words represent 50% of common conversations. Next word, next slide.
Yeah, Mr. Baker. Where? Okay.
Okay, choose useful words through your journey. Okay, I should know. Those are the basic things. So I should know, okay, I have to go to the bathroom. Excuse me, how can I go to the subway? Or, oh, I didn't understand. How can I understand that? So I should know and use the right words to my journey to know that they are useful to me. I want to know how to use, I like what I see. Can I see like something else? Can I eat chicken? Would you open the door for me, or would you open your on the page? So I should know what I'm listening to, and to in order to know what I'm like, what I'm saying, or something like that. So similar. Then I should add nouns, which will be like room, bathroom, shower, restaurant, table, taxi, car, doctor. Those are the most basic things. Then pronouns: I, he, she, it, they, them, we, are. Prepositions between the words. That's the third important thing. Time indicators, directions, adjectives, simple direct questions. So etc. So all those things actually will put me on the right track in order to achieve my goal or achieve a certain level, an intermediate or advanced level or whatever. So those are the main things that will put me on the right track. So when I used to work as a real estate agent, I sometimes I used to call Spanish people who lived in the US. I didn't understand Spanish. I didn't speak Spanish that much, but at least I know how to say that. So I would say, señor, yo lo siento, yo hablo no mucho hablo español, no hablo español mucho. Tu interés en comprar la casa, tu interés en la vender la casa.
Wow.
Somos investors, somos. So I know the pronouns. I know how to say that. At least he will understand. Even if I didn't know the whole thing, I would just choose words to achieve my target. So I would say, like some word from here to there, like I don't know how to say that, but it's about something to actually show that you actually care about this language to, or this person, to provide him with your knowledge to make sure he understands you, or you would be on the same channel with him. Using voice chords vocal cords is really important in this journey. Next slide. If Mr. Bacho is here, I don't know if he's here or not.
Okay.
Is he here? Yes, thank you. Okay, starting formal and informal. I should know how to speak formal language, which would be my manager, with my my wife's family, or my friends, that would the people that I just met or I just knew. I should learn between, for example, in Egypt we would say anta for your friend, but I would say hadritak for like an old person, or a person that who has like a position, like a doctor or a police officer, or like an engineer, like hadritak. I wouldn't say like anta. So anta I would say like to my friend, anta ya Muhammad ماذا فعلت, like, or something like that. Or in Chinese I would say ni 你为什么是找那个事? Or I would say nin for old people. Nin is for formal you. For in French tu, vo. So in German du or z. So Malay or Indonesian have different level of speech. You should differentiate between categories there. You speak to your grannies in different pronouns. You use different pronouns. You speak to your kids in different pronouns in Indonesian. So alphabet is how to enunciate and articulate a letter. That will keep practicing this, will maintain your knowledge through the language. Next slide.
Okay, next slide, Mr. Bacho. 5 minutes left. Yeah, Mr. Mohammed.
Okay, no worries. This is just can I have a spicy meal? هل يمكنني تناول وجبة حارة? That depends on the system of the language. The system of the language that will create this. Next slide, Mr. Bacho.
Okay.
Next slide.
I didn't see anything. Wait, let me see.
Yeah, create your method.
Yeah, create your method.
Okay.
Start a regular conversation. Use common words with native language speaker. Translate into your target language. Adjust subjects to match your needs. Use notebooks. Next slide. Fast and link words. Okay, active listening. I should listen. I don't like, okay, sometimes I hear someone speaking, I'm not listening. I'm waiting him to finish to say what I want to say. No, stop. I have to listen to what is he saying in order to understand him, and then answer in the right position, in the right order. Next one. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see this anything. I don't see anything.
You? Can you see?
Yeah, link words, exaggerate, comical.
Okay, yeah. Exaggerate, comical, and bond.
Fun.
Provide an image in my mind. Next slide. I will explain that. Yeah, here. Actually, we're about to finish, so no worries about that. Okay, so link words. This is the important thing to learn any language and to memorize the words. How? Okay, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't know what's going on. Yes, okay, stop. Okay, I see that. Okay, in English, I told that. I just type it down. In English, in the middle, French, similarity. So in English, pig is khanzir in Arabic. So in French, it means cochon. And the similarity in English, it's cushion. So okay, cushion. So cushion means pig in French. I should link it. It's similar to the word cushion in English. So I can imagine, I can exaggerate. So exaggerate means imagination that the pigs, they look like cushions on my bed, or on like pillows on my bed. So I imagine that I'm on my bed sitting on like the pillows that looks like pigs, so I can link it in my mind. Okay, cushion, a cushion. Milk is lait in French, and lait in English means like to put something to like lay its eggs, the chicken. So lay, I will choose this one to link it. Okay, I can think about a cow laying milk and meat, like, you know, laying milk and for us to drink. So lay, I will link this word with milk. To sleep, for example, dormir. Dormir in French is to sleep. In English, it's dormitory. Dormitory is a place that we crash in. So dormir, I could link that in my mind with exaggeration, the word, and think about something that I could link it. For example, I used to learn Persian last minute. Yesterday I learned that 30 means see in Persian. So I had in my mind, okay, see, that generates waves, and it's a sea. So I can remember easily when I just remember it. And the next time I can remember the sea, and numbers of the sea are 30 seas around me. So I can remember easily that this word means 30 in this language. Linking words makes me actually memorize as many words as you can imagine. You will just enhance this this thing in your mind. You will enhance your memory level. So grenouille means frog in French. So it's similar to green wheel. Green wheel, like I could imagine, okay, green wheel, like because it has the same voice. Grenouille. Okay, so this French language French word means frog in English. How can I remember that? I could link the frog with a green wheel pushing it, like, and I could remember that easily after that. Okay, I could link the image. Next word, next slide, Mr. Bacho. Okay, this is the last one. So advice, how to improve your skills. Exaggerate size. So I know a word, I should come with this word, or even divide this word into two parts in order to know that this part is similar to this word in my language. So I link it with a story, and I will put a huge size about it. I'll exaggerate numbers, which is, I will think about like too many frogs around me. I will involve movement. The frog is pushing the green wheel. I will replace meaning with sound. So, okay, that means frog. I will replace that, grenouille or cushion. I would replace that with a sound. It sounds like cushion. It sounds like green wheel. And sarcastically, like comical, sarcastically imagine that. I will imagine as a cartoon in my mind. Okay, I will think about some cartoonizing, image in my mind that I can relate to that later. Unseemly situation. It's not normal to see a frog pushing. It's not normal to see pigs on the bed. It's not, or even vice versa. I'll go to a farm or a ranch and I see a lot of pillows there that looks like pigs. So it's not normal to see those kind of situations. Visualize the image. I should visualize it in my mind 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, a lot of times. And I create a strong and normal bond to make sure that my mind can relate to that later. And by that, I will be finished my presentation.
Great. Okay, thank you, Mr. Muhammad. Very, very interesting topic and delivering the topic. Wow, so amazing. Yes. Okay, I have note some parts of your presentations. Okay, so we are going to the session of questioning and answering. So it's the time for the participant to participate well, to ask. Anybody wants to ask questions? Okay, you can unmute your speaker or you can drop your words in the chat box, please. Okay, let me check the chat box. So scrolling up.
Miss Warda, I have a question if
All
that's
right,
okay.
Miss Nancy, please.
Yeah, first I just want to say to Mr. Muhammad that
wait. Before you speaking, that you have to show your camera.
Okay, I'm not
This
speaking
is the
then.
meeting
No,
rules.
sorry, my
No
sister.
exception for this time, right?
I didn't mean to kill you actually, but okay, time is yours.
Okay, Miss
Yeah,
Nancy, go on.
I just want to say it's an amazing presentation. As I said, I started, to learn a bit of Turkish, and I just find these tips very, very useful. Now, my question to Mr. Muhammad, because when I started learning English, it was in a very young age. I was in a primary school, so I think I observed the language easily. I find all the tips he gave very useful, but I want to ask about absolute beginners. Okay, so if you are starting to learn the language from scratch and you know absolutely nothing about this language, so would you start by learning the most common words, as you mentioned, and learning how they are pronounced, or would you start with knowing the alphabets and the correct pronunciation of them? So what exactly would you start this? The reason I'm asking you this question, yes, I know I'm an English teacher myself, but I'm asking this because, as I said, I learned the language from a very young age. I have now, this is my first time to start learning like a third language. So you already know Chinese and a bit of other languages.
Yeah.
So yeah, so what advice would you give to absolute beginners?
Well,
Thank you.
yes. Okay, Mr. Mohammed, did you get it? Did you get? Go on.
My simple answer would be I would just start with the letters in order to know what this letter sound and how to enunciate letters and alphabet. And then I would go with articulating some basic words like hello, goodbye, hi, excuse me, how are you, be careful, or those kind of basic things. And then I would go where, what, when, and how. And then I would go with normal verbs with go, eat, see, drive, sleep, wake. And then I will add those in my common conversation so I can begin with that, with a normal conversation. That what will put me with from an absolute beginner into a normal beginner, or someone who actually know the essentials, or the first basic things in any language. Then I could ask about something more advanced on my level. So I should actually make sure that what level I should reach. As for me, do I want to be a beginner? Do I want to be an intermediate? Do I want to be advanced? Do I want to master that? So that if I'm going to a trip, like maybe to Brazil for like 2 weeks, should I learn a lot of things about the language, or should I just learn some basic things? I should learn like how to go to the restaurant, how to ask about the bathroom, how to ask about the subway or the metro. If I don't want something, if I want something, how to say thank you, how to say excuse me. Just a trip for 2 weeks. If I'm going there to live for a couple of years, I should make sure that my level, I would go up. I should learn from there. I'll start from that, and I will reach up my level in order to master a specific level, because I know that my trip will take longer than I want. That the old one, like 2 weeks, is different than 1 year or 2 years.
And is it possible without a teacher? Like, would you start yourself?
It's possible. Yes, it's possible, of course, because you can actually get data online. Use your note. Use your starting with initials, starting with how this letter sound. As I told you, I use English to actually search online how to learn that, how to enunciate that, what is the alphabet, or like how to pronounce the alphabet of this word. Or I can immerse myself in an environment. I can speak with a native speaker by any chance. So he can tell me about this letter. It sounds like that. It says like it. Sometimes it might be wrong, but at least it will put me on the right way. I will try to find the right thing because I'm hearing it. I can hear it after that in movies, in songs, in TV shows, in talk shows, in music.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Muhammad. It's useful.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss
Miss
Nancy.
Miss Nancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you in Egypt or Ireland?
I'm in Ireland, yes.
Still in Ireland.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Miss Nancy. Anyway, we
Thank
move
you,
to
Ms.
the
Sarah.
another participant. Okay, so anybody wants to drop the questions or so? Okay, let's see the chat box. Mr. Handrobi, it's not easy to learn by yourself only. Yes, sure.
But it's not impossible. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. So it takes time and it takes will and dedication. So at least 30 to 40 minutes divided per day, 10 minutes, 5 minutes in the morning, I will read a page. Then 10 minutes, I will watch some TV shows using this language. And then another 5 minutes afternoon, another 10 minutes in the evening. So but every beginning is hard. I did this one. I didn't know how to how to write down any letter when I was like 3 years old. I didn't know how to make any normal conversation in English. If I'm not like me right now, I would even be more like hesitant to be in front of you like in a video or talking like that. I should like sweating or like I should do that. I should struggle to actually build up my confidence. So nothing, it's a matter of yin yang, push and pull. You have to give something in order to take something. You have to give away something in order to take it. So give your attention, give your time to this, give how to say
Give
that?
the chance.
Yeah, give the chance to your mind to improve your skills. Throw yourself in the sea, in this language.
Yeah.
Feel lost for even a bit in order to make sure that you can, wake up in the middle and, I can know that I will take this, and I will survive. So you can take your pedals with you to survive in anything. And it just take like 21 days to 90 days to master a specific level in any language, especially advanced level.
Okay, so it means that it's possible for learn by ourselves, even that it's not easy, right? Okay, just
Yes.
need to target yourself, right? Okay, thank you, Mr. Mohammed. Yes, okay. We still have another question from language do you know? Wow, we have seen your presentation that you have so many languages that you can present here. So what is the most difficult language that you have learned? Okay, maybe you can share us how many languages. So come
on. Chinese.
Okay,
Chinese.
did you get Chinese? Okay, one.
Because it doesn't have alphabet. It has symbols. Oh. So it has a language in between to identify this symbol. It's written like that, and it's said by this way. So, for example, means Sunday and sun or hot. So if they have four tones in the language, they have it's called Shangdiao. So Yishang, Arshang, Sishang, Sanshang, Sishang. So Yishang is like and the second one is like it's like I'm asking something. And the third one is like it's like 7. It's like I got it. The fourth one is like no. So it goes like that. So you can, as I said, exaggerated. Okay, so I'm thinking, number one is like it's normal. So whenever I see the pinyin, which actually transfer the symbol to like English alphabet, and using this tones in front, like on top of the letters, I could tell the sound of what sound should I make. So if I saw this on the letter, I was like, E. So if I'm like I'm seeing the word no, I would see that the U, if it's bu, boo. So U, it has this one on top. So that one means the sound I should make is not boo, or it's not boo or boo. No, it's boo. So that means I should make that sound. We have another one.
Right. Wow. So Chinese for you is the most difficult language you learned?
Yeah, because if you want to learn Chinese, you have to learn two things: Pinyin and Chinese. So Pinyin will put you at the beginner level to learn Chinese. So you have to master Pinyin and then master the Chinese.
So how many languages totally you know, except your native language,
Saudi Arabia,
of course?
I used to work in the medical field, and I actually learned Urdu by myself, because I used the RRC. I used RRC method, which is real, relevant, contextual. Which is I didn't want to know what dinosaur means in Urdu. I didn't want to know what T-shirt means. I want to know, because I was in the medical field. I wanted to know what, like, numbers. Ek do char, ek do set, char panch. So I
just know shukriya in Urdu. Okay.
What?
So I just know shukriya in Urdu.
Okay. Okay, Urdu. Actually, Urdu is so so big. It has many accents. It actually different between Urdu, Hindi language using Urdu, Pakistan using Urdu, but in different expressions. So I needed to learn a specific part in Urdu in order to not how do you say that? Not deviate myself from what I wanted to achieve, or interrupt my way of thinking about this one, or distract my thoughts, because I wanted to learn body parts like kidney, muscle pain, like headache, eye pain, whatever thing related to medical I wanted to learn. So I didn't want to learn maybe I didn't want to learn.
It just depend on your need, right? So you need to learn about the body parts, so you try to know it. All right. Yeah. Okay, then we still have the time. Yeah, 3 minutes before us close the meeting. So we still have the questions from Han Robi. So how do you motivate yourself?
Okay. How do I motivate myself? Motivation comes in the morning. Actually, I find myself motivated in the morning. So waking up early, I have to take this courage from myself. I have to believe that from this area. Okay. For example, from this area, especially this area, I can feel motivation from it. I have to take it out from here, because every day when I'm sleeping on my bed, I don't think that I can be able to wake up and do this. Oh my God, I'm gonna be so tired. I don't want to do that. I have to think and imagine myself doing that, and and imagine myself feeling happy after doing that. Even imagining that will put motivation in myself. So motivation comes from the inside and comes from just the inside. Your friends, they can motivate you. Your family, they can motivate you, but not for a long time. You have to be thinking about something or some achievements, logical achievements in the real world, at least a simple achievement. You can think about it and think about the happiness that you're getting after doing that. So if you do it, even if you're doing it and not receiving the same happiness that you would think you're going to be receiving, at least you encourage yourself and you put yourself on the way of motivating,
Okay, so encourage ourselves and put yourself to motivate it. Okay, actually, we still have more questions, but the time is so limited. But I will just give you a short answer for them. From Miss Anissa Dwi, actually, when should we learn multi foreign languages? So what age ideally to learn many languages. So from Miss, okay, so I finished first. Yeah, from Sri Yuda said, what language is the most important to study recently, based on your opinion? So, okay.
Okay, I will answer the, okay, we have the first question is, when should we learn multi-foreign languages? What age ideally? Ideally, the age from, okay, let's say from 5-year-old to 12-year-old, your mind can acquire many stuff. You cannot imagine how many like chemical actions and exploding your kid mind, or the kid's mind from 5-year-old to 12-year-old. At this particular time, your kid can absorb as much information more than you can ever imagine. So building the personality for a child is starting from 1.5 years till 4 years up to 5 years. So until 4 years, your kid will be able to express his personality after 4 years old. Then he will try to imitate everything he see and everything he listened to. So make sure that you are giving him the right thing that he would learn from 5-year-old to 12-year-old. So I would say that this is the ideal age. But okay, related to the other question, which is what language? Okay, wait, what is that? Okay. What language should we study? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, hold on. Okay, yeah. What language are the most important to be studied? Actually, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can.
So
I
is
don't
it
know.
still English or any other language?
Wait, I need to, where is it? Yeah. What language are the most important to be studied recently? Recently, if you can see that, Chinese, English, Chinese and English. Why? Because on the economical part, China has the, like, of
The
course,
largest
already,
one.
yeah, just ruling the you know, the whole
All areas in the world.
marketplace. So you should learn Chinese, because if you have a company in the future, you will have to, you know, make export and import from a Chinese company or someone related to that. So you have to learn Chinese. And English will put you in a way to communicate with people that they don't speak Chinese, or they don't speak their native language. At least you will understand how to communicate with them. So those are most important languages, Chinese and English. And not to mention that Spanish is important as well, but that will be less underneath the Chinese and English. With Chinese, English, and Spanish.
Okay, Chinese, English, and Spanish. So, all right. So everyone has new word, new information, new ideas from today's meeting. And I have noted some of the content of the meeting today. It's about how do we the good ways or the great ways to learn foreign language. So remember, the foreign language is the top 3 of the foreign language we need to know is Chinese, English, Chinese, and Spanish, right, Mr. Mohammed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay. So
Miss Sukma.
yes,
But
please,
you know,
Mr. Bacho.
one of participants say in the chat rooms, she said local languages in Indonesia are more complex or complicated because we have so many of them.
Okay, yeah,
So,
that's Indonesia has
from
700 more local languages actually. So we have more than 700
So guys,
local languages.
Different.
Okay, go on.
We have language and we have accents and we have dialects. So do you use the same expression you use, or is it a totally different language?
Okay. So, yeah. Okay, we have any?
Is it sharing the same alphabet? Does it share the same alphabet? Does it share the same like common expressions or not? If it shares that, that doesn't consider it like to be different languages. And depending on how much you know and you understand your native language, that will put you in a place that can acquire the foreign language that you want to learn more easily. So like you should know that the language that you want, like you're going to be learning, it depending on how much you know about your native language. If I'm not good in Arabic, I wouldn't be good in English. I wouldn't be good in Chinese. So I should know about my language more than I can imagine, because I want to learn other languages as well. So I should know about my language more than I imagine, more to actually, because our mind unconsciously, it makes comparing thing. It compares between this language and that one. I compare with my mind without even noticing that.
So, okay. Yes, I think we have no more questions. So we have the last one. This is the last one. English is a must and Chinese is needed for economic business, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Oh, so amazing. Yeah. So very, very interesting talk. And Mr. Mohammed, is because of the limited time, so we still need to be with you. We still need to talk much about, but the time is so limit for us. And okay, the last one from Han Robi. So okay, just say thanks to you, and I think all the participants also say thanks to you for your really amazing. Yeah. Okay, so I have said the conclusion of our meeting today is about the greatest way for learning the foreign languages.
Miss Sukma, before you make a conclusions or summary, you have to invite three participants to give a feedback.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So we need three participants to give the feedback about the meeting today. Okay. So anybody wants? Okay, we have one, Fernanda Velas. Okay, you can unmute and show your camera, please.
Yeah, show the camera.
Yes, I can.
Okay, Fernanda, please.
First, siswa Laksi, Dashe, and
Okay.
And my question is, what do you think about learn some languages at the same time?
Oh, this is the question.
That depends on the system of the language. For example, in Arabic, we use verb, subject, and object. In English, we use subject, verb, and object. So I would say in Arabic, Yashrab Muhammad al-Qahwa. So Yashrab is drink, Muhammad is me, al-Qahwa is coffee. So in English, it said Muhammad
wants to drink. Oh, drinks coffee. Okay.
So in English, I would say Muhammad drinks coffee. So it's actually different because the system of the language itself that differs how can my mind absorb it? So I cannot learn, for example, it would be more easy to me to learn French and Turkish because they have different systems. Or it's easy for me to learn Chinese and Spanish because different systems. So if I'm learning English for example, with English with French, if I don't know anything about English or anything about French, and I'm learning both together, it's going to be so hard for me because they both share the same system. So my mind won't actually make a good connection. So I have to make sure that the language I'm learning share different systems.
Okay, so learn with. Okay, Fernanda, so how do you think about today's meeting? So give your words and feedback about today's meeting, Fernanda.
No. Sorry.
Okay, so do you think that's the topic today is interesting, or can encourage you to learn more? Yes.
No, I think the topic today it was incredible for me and amazing.
Amazing.
Because the math, yes.
Well, yes.
Okay. In Chinese, is it in Chinese? All right, thank you.
I'm learning Chinese.
Oh, you're learning Chinese too. All right. Okay, thank you, Fernanda. Okay, so I will move to another participant to give your feedback. Okay, so just raise your hand. Anybody? Mr. Bacho, do you see anybody? Okay, so who is it? I don't know how to read the name. So Mick Krapa. What is Mustafa?
Is
it Mustafa?
Elis Ramhawati.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah, Mustafa. Tafadhal. Please.
Syukran kasiran ya.
Yeah.
That is a really interesting topic because I'm really like to learn some languages. And yeah, it's amazing class because I just learning some language like Russian or Arabic right now by myself, and you give me some motivation, some rules, some way to improve my language, my skill.
Wow, you're learning Russian right now. That's why you set your name in Russian written. Okay.
Be proud of yourself because Russian is number 5 of the most difficult languages in the world. So Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Arabic, then Russian. So Russian is the most difficult language. You should be proud of yourself, brother.
Wow.
That's right. You're right, Mr. Mohammed.
مصطفى أنت ماهر عن اللغة العربية يا.
نعم.
Okay, so the last participant wants to give the feedback. Okay, anybody wants to just raise your hand? Or let me choose you.
Okay, the last one. Choose. Oh, Elis Ramhawati.
So where is Alice? Okay, Miss Alice Rahmawati, come up.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation, Mr. Mohammed. And the result of your presentation make praise. Now I know about that.
Okay, so the presentation about.
Yeah, it is very interesting. And don't forget, Mr. Mohammed, next year or next, you have to visit Indonesia because in Indonesia there are so many beautiful views. And of course, in Ciamis, we have
so this is a special invitation for you, Mr. Mohammed, from Ciamis.
And also, Mr. Ahmed, not only talking about the beautiful views here, but also many, the language cultures here. A lot of, like Sunda language and Buginese, like Misukma languages in Papua, a really different action.
Yeah, cultures also.
Yeah, but the only one language is Indonesia. But I believe Elis Ramawati can speak Sunda, yes?
Mangga.
Mangga,
kumaha. Tekenging hilap. Oke, kapayun deui. Sumping kaci amis.
Okay, can you get any word from that
into English?
Don't forget to come to Ciamis because I will show you the most beautiful beach in Ciamis.
Only Mr. Mohammed?
Only Mr. Mohammed?
Okay, so I think everyone is invited. Yeah.
Terima kasih. Thank you so much for that.
Sure.
Okay, so I think this is the last minute of our session today. So remember about the greatest way of learning the foreign languages. Remember about your target language, your level of language, and the tools that you use to improve your language, and also study about learning and pronouncing, reading much, reading both, memories, memorizing, and also study about linking words. Yeah, this is phrases and linking words. Okay, so Mr. Mohammed, before we stop or before we close the meeting, maybe do you want to give your closing speech? to everyone here?
I would love to thank everyone here for their patience in this particular presentation, because I know that I'm such talkative and I talk a lot, and I would thank you so much for your patience with me. I don't know, like, I want to be like grateful for you guys, because I feel so good after you sharing your thoughts with me about how was this topic useful for you, and how did you take like some notes. Some of you like wrote down that you took notes, and you just wrote some, you know, interesting things here. And I love that. I'm so proud that I can deliver this message for you guys. I achieved some things, like a lot of things in my life, and I'm still achieving, and I'm still a learner. For me, English, even English, I'm learning it. I'm still learning it. Even though I'm teaching it, I'm learning it. Art, even I'm learning art every day. I'm learning a lot of things every day. I always add something to my knowledge. I always add something to myself. And I'm so happy that I could share it with VLC, with Mr. Bacho. I thank you so much for this opportunity, Mr. Bacho. Mr. Bacho, thank you so much for giving me the chance to share it with those amazing people and amazing participants. Thank you so much.
Okay, wow. Mr. Mohammed, that's very, very nice. Okay, so it sounds that you have very great experience to meet us in this program, right?
Okay,
so
Ms.
is this
okay,
Mr.
wanna say
Bacho?
something?
Okay, please.
As a founder of VLC Indonesia, and I would like to say thank you so much for my beloved friends from Egypt, Muhammad Ahmed 8. Maybe I believe that this is the first time that you join and see all the Indonesian people here in via Zoom, yes, right?
Exactly.
So I want to say also is your topic is really useful for us, especially for Mr. Bako, because I can teach for all my students, maybe on all the people here. So Mr. Hamad, I hope that not only here, but maybe for the next time we can make the same project collaboration. Not only Mr. Beko, but maybe come from another participant.
Hello, Mr. Bacho.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you well.
Can you hear me? Okay. Yes. I believe that maybe a lot of participants want to invite you for their activity.
Okay.
So it means that I think it doesn't matter if there is participants who wants to know your mobile phone.
Okay.
Mr.
Okay,
Ahmed?
that's clear.
Yep.
Yeah, you want me to provide you with my phone number?
Yes.
What is that?
Yes.
I couldn't hear.
Yeah, because sometimes a lot of participants who wants to know your mobile phone. It's okay if I give them.
I would add my phone right here, right now. Okay. It's
okay.
My WhatsApp.
Thank you.
Okay. So everyone can stay, can be happy, yeah? All right. Mr. Mohammed has shared the number of the phone number, so everyone can get it, and you can save under the name Mr. Muhammad Ahmed from Egypt.
Okay.
That's okay. My email as well. If you want to email me at any time, and I will write it down. And this is my WhatsApp number. If you don't have WhatsApp, you can use Telegram. That's my Telegram number. And yeah, this much about it. If you want to, text me, and I will answer immediately.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed. So I think, Mr. Bacho, this is the last session of us, the last minute of us.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Ba, asking to Mr. Ahmed to repeat some words in Indonesia, or sometimes it's Indonesia.
All right. Okay, Mr. Mohammed, this is your challenge to say some words in Indonesian.
Yeah. Not only terima kasih, yeah.
Okay, so what? I think I have given to you some.
Yes.
Okay.
Siapa yang mau? Who wants?
So you can write.
Yeah.
Like,
who wants speak? And Mr. Ahmed wants to repeat.
You can challenge me. I like to
repeat after me. Saya.
Okay, saya. Okay.
Saya.
Senang bertemu denganmu.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. It means. Wow.
saya senang bertemu denganmu. Nice to meet you as well.
No, denganmu. Okay. The last
So
one.
what about this?
Saya cinta Indonesia.
Okay.
Exactly. I mentioned that C in Indonesian means CH. It's not C. So saya cinta Indonesia. Saya cinta.
Wow, very great.
Easily means
So
love.
clear pronunciation.
Love Indonesia.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Korean, this means love
Korean
as well.
style. Yeah.
It's more.
Love.
Okay.
Okay, I think enough for
Alright.
me, Ms. Sukma. Time is
Yes,
yours.
thank you so much, Mr. Bacha. Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed, and everyone who attend the meeting. So today's meeting is the fifth meeting for us. Remember that we still have the meeting for next week, for the sixth meeting, and the last meeting will be with great speakers. So don't be late to attend our session. So Mr. Mohammed.
Okay,
Yes.
on Saturday with Indonesian language consultant, Miss Era, and
Miss
the last
Era.
one, Professor Christopher Corten from USA.
Okay, so don't miss our sessions for the last week for us. And again, I say thank you so much for your attending, and thank you so much for everything that you be with us here. And I close the meeting here by saying Alhamdulillah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Alhamdulillah.
wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, my friend, Mr. Ahmad. Thank you so much, my participants. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Wow, I think there are some persons in our class, our training here, that they are in evening or nighttime, right?
Yes, that you can.
So Mohammed, is it nighttime?
You can give
right
message
now
or
in Egypt?
phone directly.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Okay.
As soon as I see the message, I will just reply.
Okay.
And also, don't
Alright.
forget, thank you so much for Nancy Ibrahim.
Miss Nancy. Yeah. I see. Miss
Thank
Nancy
you so
Ibrahim.
much, Nancy.
Thank you so much for attending.
We have to.
You're most welcome. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
We have to invite again to come for
Don't
another
worry, we
program.
still have the plan for that. Yes,
Yep.
Mr. Bato? Okay.
Yeah, must be.
All right. Okay then.
Thank you.
That's the prayer time in my side.
Okay.
So everyone, thank you. Terima kasih.
Thank you so much.
and
Love from
syukriya.
Indonesia. Okay.
Uh,
Bye-bye.
Syukran jiddan.
Syukran jiddan. Assalamualaikum.
See you next week.